This I'm wondering if the renewing quality in the kind of
Hmm.
the I'm wondering if that has something to do with because we say if an insight is usually where you see the through line through something, right? The logos, right? The uh that thing that gat especially the Greek sense of the logos, like the
Gathering.
gathering, um
Yep.
the showing of that gathering, right? As
Yep.
everything's kind of like that, but then you get a sense of like you could say the through line or the platonic form of something. um I'm wondering about the like if one of the things that's what makes it intrinsically nourishing has to do with you get the through line of the particular thing that you're having an epiphany about, but there's a through line that's connected to all the other through lines
Yeah.
that in some sense reveals these deeper levels of uh like ontological harmony in some sense, right? That there's like a you may have an insight about something about your psychology, but the felt sense is, and I think you talked about it in another way where you mentioned, yeah, if I have an insight about one aspect of something, it's actually also connected to all these other things, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's a felt sense of a glimpse of the non-apparent harmony, right?
Yeah.
Of what we're living in some sense that has one feel more whole or
Yeah.
see fullness.
I think that's right. I think we build our lives. I mean, let me stick with that word. We build our lives. Our lives are built upon something, which is a way we developed over years of establishing a relationship to the world, to other people, to our emotions, to all kinds of things. And that it's like a house or it's like a city. Like it's got a structure, it's got an organization, but we don't usually particularly pay heed
Yeah,
to that sort of builtness of who we are. We
yeah,
just are that and we live on the basis of it. But
yeah,
all these things you're talking about, it seems to me, are things that kind of draw our attention to that, like how how we've come to sort of make ourselves into someone by some way of figuring out how we're going to put all this stuff together.
yeah,
And so that insight kind of draws your attention to that, and you start to see ways in which behind your immediate self and immediate perception is this system or this network,
yeah,
and so I think any of those insights kind of bring to light that larger whole and the
yeah,
integrated way all these things work, sometimes healthily and sometimes, excuse
yeah,
me, sometimes unhealthily, right?
yeah,
So I think that's right. Like your insight is about one thing, but that one thing then is a kind of illumination
yeah,
of a whole network. And
yeah,
so the renewal, I think, comes from that it suddenly becomes a possibility for you to think about how
yeah,
you've built things or how you put things together, and you can think, well, maybe I should work on that.
yeah,
But so in other words, it lets you turn your attention back over here to thinking about how you've put your life together instead of always being directed out there with like the latest task you have to deal with or the latest whatever. You bring your attention back to yourself, and you can start thinking about how you might, uh in a really strong way, you might say redefine yourself, but it doesn't always have to be that
yeah,
huge, but how you might
yeah,
um work on things,
yeah,
but so yeah, I think that's that the renewing character of those insights, I think, does have a lot to do with the the fact that insights like that shed light on a whole network
yeah.
of ways that you've sort of put stuff together.